Perfect, guys. It's going to be recorded now. Let's get started. So yeah, one more time, guys. We are still doing the 313 and we are still working in the Linux environment. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And what we are doing is we're just analyzing the processes. So let me just wrap up what we did so far. Every single operation system, it doesn't matter what you're running. So by saying operation system, the first come to your mind, it's a Windows, Linux, Mac, so whatever we're using on the computers. But it's not only the computers. So even you are running the microwave, so you have some displays, so you have your refrigerator, you have a smartphone, even if you have your photo camera. So uh, all electronic devices, almost all of them, they have operation systems. So operation system can be very small or it can be very complex, like in servers. So as long as you plug to the like to turn it on, guys, the operating system is starting working. And what makes it starting? So what makes the operating system to run? So they have some small little processes that is running behind. Usually we don't see them. So for instance, if you're running your Windows, you can see that something is running behind, and it's not only one process, it's a couple of them. If you're running your server, guys, you will see a lot of bunch of processes running. If you have your smartwatch, as long as you click the button on power on, guys, do you feel that it gets a couple seconds to boot it? So it's just starting working. So that means some processing just getting starting working. So that is all about process. What about analyzing? So as a cybersecurity specialist, we need to understand which one is bad, which one is good. Is there a way to stop it? Is there a way to deny it? Or which one are good enough to just to keep them? And we are going to talk about that one. So let me just dive into my environment. The PLTW still have that issue. I'm not sure if you have the same one, but it will keep asking you to reconnect. Yes. So I'm going to my connections, and right now I am going to my virtual Linux machine. Perfect. That is my virtual Linux machine. So I will just clear my screen. So I have my shell. By the way, you need to get used to the term. So that is the shell. Do you remember the shell is from the user? We are giving command to the shell, and from the shell it goes to the operation system, and operation system is going to the executable files. Was it long description? Let me show it here, guys. They have a good. So you see, right now as a user, I'm sending my command to my shell. So they put like in this picture, but the shell can be run on the Windows, on the Mac, on the Linux, in other operation system. But the name of the shell are different. So for example, on the Windows, they have a PowerShell. On the Mac, on the Linux, they have something different. On the Linux, it was bash or SSAH or so whatever. So just keep in mind, the shell just accepting your commands and gives to the operation system. Now you send the command, it goes to the shell sends to the operation system, and the operation system is sending to the executable file. So I have a lot of processes are going on. Perfect. So last time we learned about PS, and the PS stands for that. It shows me what is going on right now, how many processes are running now. So if you type the PS only, it shows me two. Right now I have on my bash, I have a PS. The bash is my shell. That is the name of the shell. I know, guys, it's too much for you to learn to memorize them. I'm not sure how the EOC is going to be look like. I'm so afraid if they will ask you, hey, what is the definition of the bash? Hey, what is the command for these kind of things? But I don't know, nothing to do. So it's better to have them, all of them in a stick or like sticky notes, and there's no way other than memorize them. I'm sorry, guys, to tell it. Okay, so we are just moving on. We already learned how to list all hidden stuffs, and I can say manual PS. If I tell the manual PS, it will show me all manual codes. I mean, like how many different commands are available here. So it is showing me all of them. So right now it says me, hey, if I put that I, it will show me this one. If I put the O, it will give me something different, you see? So it's kind of a documentation. Of course, we will not cover all of them. I cannot say impossible. It will take a long forever. But professional people, they have this manual in front of them all the time because it helps a lot. It helps a lot. And I do remember the last time when we finished our class, like in two of you just stayed here around and asking the questions about, do I have to use the shell if I work as a cybersecurity specialist? The answer is no, you don't have to. But it's the same as, do you want to walk from the school to home, or it's better to drive to school? You see, so yeah, it's more efficient and much more fast. So if you use the shell, if you get used to the shell, guys, so you will be doing your operation very fast. Otherwise, what you need to do is you need to log into that machine, make a modification, close it, open another machine, it will take forever. So yeah, so we need to know these kind of things. But what we did last time, we learned about PS-EF. So it shows me right now how many operations are running. So right now it says that this process was done with the root. Whenever you see the root, what does it mean? That if I open my Linux, if I run my Linux, so that process comes as a default. Okay, and I have some operations. So for the alpha, I am alpha, so this is my username. So I opened this bash, you see, I'm opening my shell. So if you want, you can just close it, and we are going to talk about this closing. How can I close my different stuffs? Okay, I will just skip it because you already did all of them, and we did all the way to the step 15, and we already discussed about what is the meaning of them. And I will keep crossing my fingers, guys, here that you remember that. It happens to me, guys, time to time. I'm forgetting, so don't worry if you forget. So about background processes, guys. So I will tell about this one. Actually, it's not kind of necessary to know. We will not dive into the coding, but if you want, you can just practice it. So the background and foreground means that. So do you see that? Let me just show it. So we have a lot of processes are working here. So you can just group them. You will say that, hey, I want to send my process as a background because I don't want to see the whole list. Just stay in the background. That means I need you. So I will not think about, do I need to close you? Do I need to just make a modification? No, I need this process. I will send to the back, just stay in the back. I will get other processes in the front and I will analyze them. And after that, I need to make my decision. Shall I close those applications or just keep them? But those processes that we need to run in the operation system, we just send into the background. So that is the kind of general idea what is the background processes means. Okay, if they will ask you in EOC what is the background processes, just keep in mind you have some processes that you want to keep for sure, and you just send it to the back, so it will not kind of make a huge list for you, will make do not make a crowd. So yeah, that is all about. And also you can have your processes like a sleep. They use the sleep. I like this term because some processes, let me show that one. So for example, this process, it was done by the root or your process. You will say that, hey, thank you so much for running. I needed you now, but you are getting my CPU busy, so you are overloaded. Can you just get a pause? So sleep is the same as a pause. Just take a 20 seconds pause, just like basically go away from now. I want to work with somebody, and after 20 seconds you come back. Or you can just give another time frame. You will say that, hey, I'm running a Photoshop. I just want to close the Photoshop, or you can just pause the Photoshop saying, hey, Photoshop, I don't need you right now. I will make you sleep for 2 hours and come back after 2 hours. Okay. So instead of closing and opening, you're just pausing them. You're just getting to the sleep. So that is the common sleep. So what you say that, hey, I want to sleep for 20 seconds and so on and so on. If you want, you can just type it and do and make it practicing and so on and so on. Now, here is big game. Actually, not a big. I'm pretty sure that some of you are already doing some coding, even in Python, Java, JavaScript, or you have some understanding of what is the coding is all about. Even if some of you are not in coding at all, just giving some ideas. So whenever you type some coding, so I'm saying, hey, while it's true, do this for me. So what I'm saying that, hey, clear all my shell. After that, show me, oops, show me all processes that are running right now and sleep after 3 seconds and I'm done. You see, so it's very simple logic. It's not a Python language, it's not a Java language, it's just showing you how the scripting is working. But in the command in the shell, we also have some scripting style. But the only thing, they don't write that way. So that is line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, and so on. So they write in a different way. They write all of them in one. So I'll say, hey, while true. So they put, why it's popping up. So you will see, do this one, that one. And so they are putting all scripting in once. So this is one of the good features if you are working in cybersecurity. So believe it or not, guys, so right now what we are doing, so we are just connected for one machine only. But can you imagine that you are connected to the 50 machines and you have a shell with a huge list? So right now you can make a coding. Do you remember that here we were talking about, hey, just go ahead and sleep? I mean, I like this term. Hey, Photoshop, go ahead and sleep for 2 hours and come back after 2 hours. You see, so I'm just giving commands. But here you can write, you can make your scripting by using these skills. I do hope, I will cross my fingers that they will not ask these kind of questions, but just keep in mind the idea is do not write all of them in separate lines, make in one line only. Okay. And this is how to do. And I do believe you already know. So do while, okay, we know what's a do while. Clear, okay. So I need to clear my shell first, and after that, I need to show what is the how many processes are working, and get all of them sleep. I just want to freeze my computer for 3 seconds. And whenever it's done, it's done. Open after 3 seconds. You see how easy is that? It's not that much complicated. Uh-oh. Now, here is another thing. So we have a user, a bad guy. His name is Beta. And what is my name? My name is Alpha. And how do I know it? So I am a user. I'm an alpha. Perfect. So this is my alpha. You see? So I'm using, but I'm not sure if I'm an admin or I'm just a user. But here, that the PLTW that gives, I'm just a regular user. Okay, so I'm using my Windows. Let's imagine we have another guy. We have another guy who is bad guy. Let me just keep it here, and I will go to my connection again. Here is the beta. Uh-oh. So I will just open two windows. Perfect. So right now I have my two Windowses. All of them are in the same computer, but can you imagine that they are running from the different computers? So we have a Linux. So the alpha is connected from here and the beta is connected from here. And I, as an alpha, can I see the beta? So let's see, how can I see that guy? So in order to see him, what I need to do is, by the way, they're just showing all of them. This is alpha, this is the beta. So right now, I need to type that one. So I do hope you remember this. PS, like dash EF, it stands for show all processes. But here, grep, I still don't know what's the meaning of the grep. You can look on the Wikipedia. I'm saying that, hey, can you show me what is the beta is running? Maybe he's running some different stuffs that we don't like it. Maybe I need to make some decision to kick him out or just close his processes. So let me just type it and let's see what is going on. I hate it. It says reconnect, reconnect. So let me clear my screen first. Right now, I'm working on my alpha. So here I will say PSEF. EF and grep beta. So it says that, hey, we have a beta user, and the beta is using bash. So that means somebody connected to the Linux and he is on the shell. You see, right now I can check, I can see what the beta is doing now. So from here I can monitor him. I can see that he is using the bash, and from here you can stop the bash. Oops. So from here, I can stop the bash. I can say, hey, beta, I will close your bash. I will close your this environment and you will not able. But at this point, I cannot do that because I'm as alpha, I'm a user, I'm not administration. So if I'm trying to close that, maybe it will give me error, maybe it's not, because we still don't know, but you most probably, I am a user here. I will say, hey, beta, I will close your bash, and so on and so on. So just keep in mind, it's the same picture that we had over here. So we have a two beta. So the beta is running two processes. One of them is SHD and the bash stands for that shell environment, and so on and so on. So from here you can, oops, you can stop, and yes, you can say that, hey, ps grep e beta e, and also you can go to the specific process and you can see what he or she is doing, and so on and so on. And so also here you can write your script too. I'm just passing that very fast, guys, because probably we will not use them in our next activities, but just keep in mind, because in EOC they will ask. And personally, I'm not focusing in EOC. Just keep in mind that using those commands, you can make some scripting, and the scripting happens in one line only, and so on, so on. And also, you can close that application. Do you remember that the beta is running these three processes, two processes, so I can close it. By the way, the Linux is using that word. I don't want to tell it. I don't know why they use it. I like the way they use the sleep to freeze, but they are saying that, hey, you need to, let me just keep it, I will call it close or shut down, okay? I don't want to spell it. So you can close the processes, okay? So what you need to do is, that is a scripting here, and you will say that close that one. So let me just go ahead. I will show you PSEF. You see, I have a couple applications running now, and this is my application. Let's imagine I want to close my bash. I want to close my one, this environment. So what I can say, the close, I don't want to spell it, I don't want to say it, and I will say bash. Now, if I do that one, it says that you don't have a permission. Oh, yes. It says that do not write the name of the application, write the ID number. You see? So the ID number of the bash is 3294. So I will say that, hey, I want to close 3294. If I do that, why it's not clicking? Operation cannot, is not permitted. Perfect. That means that I am alpha, I'm a user. I can use my bash, but I cannot do any operation because I don't have that privileges. But just keep in mind that if you want to close any kind of what do you call it, processes, so you need to use that word. By the way, I like that way they are not allowing me to do that, because what if by mistake I will close that application? So if I close that one, everything will be messed up, because maybe that process is very important to run this Linux, you see? So that's why they didn't give me that privileges to stop it, to to close that process. But yes, just keep in mind that this command is helping me to close or shut down that processes, okay? And SU, one more and we are done for today. There is a new SU command. What is this? SU stands for that the user is, the U is for the user, but as, I don't know what. But what I can do is I can log out from my alpha and log in with different user. So for example, one of them user is root. Uh-oh, that is fun. I was enjoying to do that. So what I can do that, let me just, I will clear my bash. So I will su and root. So that is the root, that is the admin. It's asking, hey, what is the password? And the password is already here. Where is the password? The password is a T-O-O-R. I'm typing T-O-O-R. By the way, you see, guys, I'm typing, but it's not showing. But don't think it's frozen, because whenever you type the password, it usually does not show. Now I am root. You see, right now I am root. Now I think I'm admin. I can close and yes, let me try it. I will say PSEF. Right now I have all of them, and I see the alpha. I want to close the bash, which is run by alpha. So I want to close 3138. So let me try it. 3138. Let me just do it. Perfect. It did it. Perfect. That's good. So I logged in as a root, and I was able to shut down the bash. Is it cool, guys? Perfect. So right now, what I can do is I can log out and log in as alpha again. So in order to go, I believe it was log out. So yes, you see, close 9. And so on. So, and if you want to log out, you just type log out. Please don't do it. So what I can do is I will say log out. And right now I'm back as alpha. Perfect. So I'm not a root anymore. I'm alpha. So yes, that is how it's working. Perfect. Let me just summarize what we did so far. So we started from the step 15. So yes, last time, yes, from the 15. So number one is we learned how to make a sleep. And the meaning of the sleep is just to freeze a process for certain time only. So we are not shutting down, because this command is different, and that kill is different. So that is just to make a sleep. So we learned that one. Also, we learned how to write all of them in one single line. So we need to give a condition. After that, we need to give the all scripting stuffs, and after that, we're done. Perfect. So we learned how to run two different users in the same time. So we have alpha and beta. So from the alpha, I can see what is the beta doing, and from the beta, I can see what is the alpha doing. Actually, from one user, I can see everybody, what they are doing. I can see the root, I can see the alpha, I can see the beta. But do not forget, the alpha cannot make some modifications in the entire system, and the beta cannot make it. The only root can do it, because the root is administration. Perfect. And how to see what he or she is doing, I will just type this code. It's grep beta, and I can see what they are doing. Perfect. And also I can shut down the processing using that command. And we also learn what is the SU stands for. It's just changing the user just to change the roles. And after that, you can just log out. Perfect. So whenever you are in the user, you can just stop that process. So the -9 is one of the processes. We a few seconds ago we just stopped 3138. Do you remember that? So you can just type that one as well. And after that, you can just log out. Perfect. So what is for today? Let me just go ahead. What you need to do is you need to take a snapshot. Guys, can I ask you one more time, please? Guys, last time you submitted me assignments, I see the pictures taken by the phone. Can you use the snap tool that is on your computer? It's much more clear to see. Otherwise, it gives me a hard time to analyze all of them. So you need to take the 24, 25, and these all of them. In 24, guys, you need to open two shells like alpha and beta and take a picture of both of them and submit it to me. And whenever we're done with this video, I will put it here. By the way, let me just stop it.